Good morning. It is a dreary day here in northern Utah, but that's okay. I'm happy because I'm going on a little overnight SUV camping trip. I'm going to be exploring part of the West Desert, which is the desert that is west of the Wasatch Range here in northern Utah and west of the Great Salt Lake. It continues further south from there, but the part that I'm going to be exploring is basically on the west side of the Great Salt Lake, on the south and to the west of the Great Salt Lake. I've got a couple of sausage burritos here from McDonald's to start off my day, and it's going to be about an hour drive to my first destination here. And I'm really excited. I'm going to see some really incredible things on this trip that I've never seen before, that extremely few people even know about, let alone have seen. So I'm really excited. That's assuming that I can find the things. Anyway, that'll all become clear as the video goes on. So let me eat my breakfast here and then I'll hit the road. Okay guys, I'm at the spot of my first adventure here. So I'm in a valley on the southern end of the Great Salt Lake. I think you can see the lake behind me there. This is called Tempe Valley. This is at the northern end of the Stansberry Mountains, which is two mountain ranges west of the Wasatch Range, which is the main mountain range that's in northern Utah, that's right next to Salt Lake City. I'm here because there is a pictograph that I want to find. One pictograph, one Native American pictograph. And I won't tell you too much about the pictograph right now, but it's very cool. The problem is that I don't know where it is. There's some extremely vague information online. There are a couple of websites that want to charge you money to tell you where this place is, where the pictograph is. I didn't want to pay any money, so what I ended up doing, there are a couple of videos, and I took some screenshots and printed them out. And so this is the view from the mouth of the cave where the petroglyph is. You can see this thing here and these mountains. That's this thing here and these mountains. And so basically I just need to go somewhere up here. I've marked on my phone, on the GPS, on the map, where I think it might be based on some telemetry, but I don't know, I'm really just kind of heading off into the hills, so let's give this a shot. Found some cool fossils here. Looks like there's a cone right there. Okay, it's been almost an hour of hiking, still no luck. I am, I think, in the general right direction. But I think I'm too high. I think I need to drop down and lose some elevation again. Alright, it's been another 10 or 15 minutes and I think I might be on the wrong ridge. I think maybe that ridge behind me is where I'm supposed to go. I don't know. This is, I knew this would be tricky, and it is, but I didn't want to pay people online just to get stupid GPS coordinates, so I will continue onward. I hope it doesn't rain, It's supposed to rain tomorrow and it might rain today, but tomorrow definitely. Okay guys, I've been wandering around this hillside and walking around these ridges for almost 2 hours now, just under 2 hours. I finally found the cave. I'm not there yet, but I see it up on the hillside. So the cave, I think, is right here. I don't know if I'm pointing to it right. I will point it out on the screen here. I think this is the cave. So let's go head on up. Cave is right here. All right, I think this is it. Wow. That is amazing. That is... I don't know if you can tell, but this thing is like 3 or 4 feet tall. That is incredible. Got the spear here and a shield. Look how big that is. Wow. Here's the Great Salt Lake. This is Stansberry Island, which is the second largest island in the Great Salt Lake. Although you can drive to it, there's a causeway that goes out there. I was planning on going out there. There's some more, not pictographs, but petroglyphs out there that I've never seen before and that I wanted to see. But I don't know if I'll have time today. Now, like I said before, there are 2 places online that I know of where you can pay money to get the GPS coordinates of this thing. But I also don't feel super comfortable just giving out the coordinates because this is like half an hour west of Salt Lake City, maybe an hour's drive of more than 1 million people. I know most people aren't going to make the trek out here, but just to keep it safe and to keep, you know, a little bit of the mystery alive, I'm not going to reveal the exact location. I was able to find it just with some screenshots from a video. If you really do want it, send me an email and I'll give you the coordinates. Maybe, or maybe I'll give you coordinates of, I don't know, nearby down on the road or something. But yeah, this is super cool. I learned about this thing just about maybe a month ago, and I consider myself extremely knowledgeable about interesting things to see and do in Utah, but I didn't know this existed until a month ago, and so it just makes me wonder, you know, what else is out there? What else hasn't been found even? And how did this thing get found? Like, I could live like in this valley out here my entire life and never come to this cave, even though I enjoy hiking and like wandering around the mountains. I would never have stumbled upon this. It's just so kind of nondescript, and man, I just wonder who the first person was that found this and how they found it and what they thought when they found it. Super cool. I really like this little valley here, this Tempe Valley. This is pretty spectacular, actually. Let's do a quick panorama here. The road gets a bit rough beyond this point. Every once in a while I wish I had a higher clearance 4-wheel drive vehicle. I'll get one at some point, but yeah, and then the Great Salt Lake is out there with Stansberry Island in the middle, and you can see Interstate 80. I don't know if you can see that, but there are trucks out there on Interstate 80. I'm gonna go over somewhere over here now. There's a little natural arch that I want to find. And then I will hit the road and go to my campsite for the night. It's not even 3 o'clock yet, it's about 2:50, but at this time of year it'll get dark in, you know, a few hours, and so best to get on the road pretty soon here. I'm not camping in this area, I need to drive for quite a ways to get there, so let's go check out the arch and hopefully I can find it. I can see an arch up here. I don't know if this is the one that I read about online, but I think it is. That is one crumbly looking little arch. I do not think it's long for this world. And I'm going to be driving to and camping on the far west side of the Great Salt Lake. This is north, this is east towards Salt Lake City, and then I'm going to be driving around to the west side of the Great Salt Lake and camping there. One interesting thing that I just realized as I was walking back to the car, can you see the horizontal line up on the mountain here? That's not a road and that's not man-made. That is the shoreline of the ancient Lake Bonneville. That's what the Great Salt Lake is a remnant of. This whole area used to be covered by an enormous lake that went up to the mountains up there. It's pretty cool. I think that's why I saw the fossils up on the mountainside. It was on the bench there. And if you know where to look in northern Utah, you'll see that line in a lot of places. It's all along the east side of the Salt Lake Valley, and up near Ogden where I live. You can see it up there in certain places. Back in the car and hitting the road. Have not seen another vehicle or person up here all day. That is how I like it. Turned off the main highway off of the interstate onto this smaller dirt road, or this smaller road. I thought it would be a dirt road, but it's not. It's actually paved, so that's nice. Don't know how long this will last for. I think I'm going to be driving through a military test range area. I think I can enter it and pass through it as long as I stay on the road. I think I can get to where I'm going if I just stay on the road, but we'll see. I'm not entirely sure how this area works with the military range and everything. This is a very remote area. I've never been out here. I don't know anyone who's been out here before, so let's see. So the sign here says, warning, keep out, bombing and gunnery range, no trespassing, U.S. Air Force property, U.S. Air Force installation. Interesting. I think there's another road over here. I'm gonna go check that out, see if I can go in that way. Alright, yeah, this is what I wanted. So it looks like I can go on this road, I just can't leave the road until I exit the range here. This roadway crosses active military munitions testing and disposal range. Do not leave road surface. Okay. I mentioned before the horizontal line on that mountain and how it was the shoreline of ancient Lake Bonneville. You can see that on the mountain right here too, in the middle of the screen. The horizontal line up there. I've been seeing that on several of the hills and mountains that I've passed. Alright, I successfully made it through the bombing range. I stayed on the road and survived. I think I'm now crossing through BLM land. I think this is all BLM land out here. And I'm maybe 10 or 15 minutes from my destination, which I'm excited to show you. I'm back within view of the Great Salt Lake. That's it, just ahead of me there. There are some pretty cool mountains that I'm passing. There's a mine over here, which I accidentally drove into, and I don't think you're supposed to be over there, but it's after working hours, so I don't think there's anyone over there. So check out where I am. This is potentially my campsite. Probably not, but possibly. And I say that because you can see there are tire tracks here. You can actually drive into this cave. Or rather, I should say that one can possibly drive into this cave and camp in this cave. I say that because this last little section getting here, we've got this big rock here and it's pretty steep right here. I'll give it a shot, but I'm not super confident that I can make it. Well, as I expected or suspected, I couldn't do it. I think there are two problems. One, I don't have the power of a 4-cylinder car, and two, I don't have the clearance. Look at, there's this big old rock, and then, you know, this, and there's a dip here, and a dip here, and then rocks here. And it's pretty steep. But, oh well, I really would have liked to camp in here. I've seen pictures online of people camping in here. Someday I'll do it. Since I can't camp inside the cave, I think I'm just going to camp right there where I parked. Close enough that I can still come inside the cave tomorrow morning, make some breakfast in here. And I hate to say it, but this is another place that I'm kind of hesitant to give the GPS coordinates for. You can't find them online. I've seen this cave mentioned maybe 2 or 3 times online in like in forums, and seen some pictures from trip reports. But no one is willing to divulge its location. Not entirely sure why, but I'm hesitant to be the first, you know? I think this is another one where if you want the coordinates, email me and I'll give them to you, or just spend a few hours doing research and poring over maps and Google Earth like I did. It's 5:15. You can tell it's definitely getting darker. I'm kind of a mess here on this trip. There's several things I forgot. I forgot some of my dinner items, what I was going to make dinner with, so I don't know what I'm going to do for dinner. I was going to have a breakfast quesadilla tomorrow. Maybe I'll just make a normal quesadilla tonight. I don't really have anything to put in it except cheese, so it'll just be tortillas and cheese, but you know, that's better than nothing. So I think that's what I'll do. Alright, I think I'm going to end the video here, or at least end today here. I might join today and tomorrow into one video, or I might make separate videos. I guess it depends on how long the video would be. But I'm excited to explore this area a little bit more tomorrow. This is a pretty spectacular area just in how desolate and remote it is. You know, there are no people out here for 100 miles. At least that's what it feels like. It's pretty awesome. And whenever I'm in a place like this, I just feel very thankful, very grateful to be able to experience a place like this, because I know not everyone can and will experience this, but experiencing this kind of desolation, I guess, this kind of aloneness, is something that I really value. And so it's really great for me to come on trips like this. And like I said, I'm on the edge of the Great Salt Lake here on the west side, which I've never been on. I live on the east side of the lake, and so I don't know how wide the lake is. 20-30 miles across that way is my home somewhere. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video, or tomorrow.